L'amore fa il suo gioco, mentre noi siamo distratti, ci guida con una carezza, un dolce naufragare, come lasciarsi salvare.
Yes, you heard it right. From a single vocal, you can potentially create a chorus, changing the tones and character of the original voice. Even the female vocals have been created with Vocoflex. How is it even possible? Well, let's find out more after the intro. Hi guys, I'm Steex, audio video production. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my studio, the place where you can find detailed audio and video tests of studio gear and guitar related gear. And today I'm gonna show you the powerful capabilities of the Vocoflex plugin by Dreamtonics. Let's start saying what is Vocoflex, what can do and what cannot do. Vocoflex is a real-time AI-powered voice transformation and creation audio plugin that can be used in any DAW, has shortcut features that you can customize for faster editing or real-time operation and MIDI capabilities. It can create random tones and character of vocals based on your input signal, and you can then tweak them, or you can import reference vocals, more than only one, creating a map of vocals with all their characteristics and combine them in a 2D map. That's crazy, guys, but I'll focus later on this feature. What for sure cannot be done with Vocoflex is working with talking vocals. In fact, Vocoflex works great with singing parts. You can still use on talking vocals, but the result will be very poor in my opinion. Nowadays, everyone talks about artificial intelligence, plugins with artificial intelligence, but most of the time they are static algorithms, so there is nothing intelligence, just artificial. So artificial intelligence can be called such when there is an improvement over time. When processing the same thing several times, the result is different, improved, because it remembers the previous result. Does it make sense? So yes, it is intelligent if it learns from previous results. Now, I don't want to go too deep into the topic, and I don't even know if Vocoflex is really based on artificial intelligence or static algorithm. What I know for sure is that it really amazed me. So after this brief introduction, let's move to my desk so I can show you some example on how to properly use it for your production. Okay, so let's start the introduction to the Vocoflex plugin. Let's go inside my DAW. This is my Presonus project, basically. And here, as you can see, I have this project that is basically a Chinese pop, let's say, Chinese pop song. And as you can see here, I have two vocals, two main vocals. So we have two female vocals. We can also listen to it before. So this is, of course, a raw production, is not yet finished. So this is one of my vocal. And this is the second. We have, of course, different characteristic of the vocals, but let's say that we want to change the characteristic. Basically, I want the tone different of these vocals, let's say. So let's use now the Vocoflex. So this is the plugin, very simple. As you can see, we have on the left the input, and as you can see, if I stay, I can see also the suggestion, adjust the pre-gain. So here I have instead the tune. This is very useful if you want to use, for example, external vocals, you want to import external vocals that are in different ranges than your main vocal. This is very useful. Then you have, of course, the map, but as you can see here is empty, there is anything. You have here the presets, very useful because you can use it for a starting point. Here I have also one of my presets that I show you in a moment. Here you can choose between the real time because it's very useful to use during a performance live, and you can choose also the quality when you engage the real time. Okay, so based on the CPU of your PC, for example. Some settings for the plugins, and here the two main modes of use of this plugin. So the first one is using a random vocals. So basically you are generating vocals. The second one is importing your vocals. So let's start using random vocals. This is already generated because the random voice is based on the color. As you can see, we can also change the color code. I don't know if exists something like this. Yeah, and it's changing the color. Each color corresponds a sort of character and tone of vocals. And you can also move it between male, as you can see, masculine, and female, and if you want higher or lower range. So let's listen isolating only the vocals. This is bypassed, for example, and this is the vocal. Let's engage. Female. Okay, let me go again on the vocal part. Masculine. We can choose random. Let's generate another vocal. This is youth. Okay, another part, maybe the verse. Random. So we are getting male vocals from a female. That's really cool. Random. The crazy thing is that you can create a pattern. For example, I like this vocal, let's apply it. And we can also add more vocals. For example, random again. Okay, and as you can see, I have two different points. I can move my point to go toward one or toward the other to change the character. Let's listen in real time. Let's add more. Let's go randomly, maybe different colors. This is younger. Let's apply. And as you can see, the map is changing according to the character of the vocal. So similar vocals will generate nearer points, so similar points. Again, from the beginning. Original. Vocoflex. Let's change the vocals. So let's try using some presets, for example. So we can use something. Let's stay in the female. So for example, something more deep operatic baritone. These are the random generated, and here you have also the code of the colors. Why this is different? Because this is something that has been imported, so something that is real vocals. And basically all these points are the different characteristic of these vocals. So we can manage how you want the vocal, of course, moving the point in this 2D map.
的事，潦草的解释向你写，那些未完成的事，我记得我难过的。
You can listen this opera style voice. Let's change again to another kind. This is nasal raspy alto.
阳光爱你的方式，月色所有下都是我，走过冲动又理智。
So basically I'm adding other kind of vocals together. I can of course delete, for example, the last that I've created and listen only my preset. Because when I recall a preset, this does not overwrite the previous, okay? It's adding basically a tone. My real vocal.
我记得我难过的，发着不
Vocoflex
理性的事，潦草的解释向你是那些未完成的事。
Okay, let's for example add my preset. So let me disengage this and let's engage this multi that I've created. This has been created based on different kind of character that I wanted. So here you can see there is nearer point because they are similar but different, of course, and other that are opposite, for example. Let's listen.
我记得我难过的，如果爱你的方式，
Female,
月色所有下都是
and here more male.
走过冲动又理智的心。
Okay, let's for example now change my project. Okay, for example, this is a very complicated pattern because I've engaged it within my multi. Also other kind of characteristic and other imported vocals. So as you can listen, this is the singer that you listen at the beginning in Italian language. So let's listen by past.
L'amore fa il suo gioco, mentre noi siamo distratti.
Let's engage Vocoflex. This is female with opera soprano, as you can see, is here character.
È come lasciarsi salvare, l'amore fa il suo gioco e non puoi restarne fuori. Viene quando non lo aspetti, parte senza salutare, ma poi si fa perdonare.
That's crazy. So it's not only kept in consideration the character and the tone, but how the singer sang the song. So it's very, very interesting. Now, let's try, for example, from the beginning, and let's import some vocals. For example, from here, I can go, for example, here, this is a lead vocal, and as you can see, it's telling me that the imported vocals track is very long. It's exceeding the 2 minutes. So basically you need very, very short file to import. But anyway, you can continue. And of course, you have this analyzing process that will be a bit longer. Okay, basically 50 seconds. But this was a track that was basically 5 or 6 minutes long. Was a very long stem. So as you can see, this is my imported track. And now let me show you that before
L'amore fa il suo gioco,
engaging,
mentre noi siamo distratti, ci guida con una carezza.
not bad.
Un dolce naufragare, come lasciarsi salvare. L'amore fa il suo gioco.
And as you can see, you can also change the tune here, for example, because this vocal part is different in tone. And as you can see here, when I move the tuner here, basically, you can see this. And as you can see, when he's singing,
L'amore fa il suo gioco.
as you can see, here is pretty good because I'm inside the green part.
Ci guida con una carezza.
So this vocal tone that I've imported has very, very low range compared to the singer. You can have maybe not acceptable, but not really ideal transformation if you use vocal range that are different, because you can introduce some artifacts. So I've lowered here because basically this is the range of the imported track, but of course not the range of the original singer. So this was like the original, but if you stretch it to 0, to the original song, you can introduce some artifacts. Anyway, it's not totally bad. I think it's working very, very good. Now, if I want, I can also use again my multi-track. Here, you can also use this in real time, creating different patterns. So you can switch with your keyboard, for example, different kind of tones and character in real time during a real performance. How to do that? Very simple. Let's listen the vocals and let's decide which are the points that I like more.
L'amore fa il suo gioco, mentre noi siamo distratti.
This is very strange. Anyway, you have these sort of waypoints. You can use this and you can add a point here, as you can see. Then let's decide another point, for example.
È come lasciarsi salvare, l'amore fa...
Another point.
Fa il suo gioco e non puoi restarne fuori. Viene quando non lo aspetti, parte senza salutare, ma poi si fa perdonare.
Okay, now we can also change this via MIDI, for example. We can send MIDI, and this is very cool for live performance, or also to manage in your DAW. So, for example, you can create in your DAW for a backing track, for example. Or you can also use your pad. So, for example, as you can see here, I can decide that this is my, this is, for example, my pad number 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? So, let's decide here with the number 1, okay? This is the pad number 2, this is the number 3, and here the number 4. So in real time, I can change with my numpad of my keyboard. So let's listen again.
L'amore fa il suo gioco,
Number 4,
mentre noi siamo distratti.
for example, number 1,
Ci guida con una carezza,
2,
un dolce naufragare,
3,
come lasciarsi salvare.
very, very
L'amore
simple,
fa
2,
Il suo gioco,
1,
non puoi restarne fuori.
3 again,
Viene quando non lo aspetti, parte
4.
senza salutare, ma
As you
poi
can listen, we have these sort of artifacts because sometimes the singer have really to sing. If there are too much breath, or there are something that is sang in some aggressive way, the Vocoflex cannot recognize this. So maybe with some updates will be better and better. We are almost at the beginning of the artificial intelligence, but I think that the plugin works very, very good, smoothly. Yeah, basically it's really for creative people. You can also use this, for example, for creating some chorus, so it does not need to be your principal vocal, but maybe for chorus, for changing the tone. Maybe you don't have the right singer for you, you want to change just a bit the tone, you can do that. That's very, very cool. You can also reorder the pattern, for example, with this, and you can change again, of course, the number of the patterns. That's it, guys. A super interesting plugin. If I think about the crap we were able to do with artificial intelligence a short while ago, I can't imagine what we could do in just 2 years or so. So guys, you have the link in the description of Vocoflex plugin. Let me know what you think about this plugin and also the artificial intelligence in general, but most important, apply to music and music production. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.